Sarah.
Yep.
We are talking again. Yes.
It's nice to be back again.
Good. You know, when the last time you were here,
we
were talking about the situation of the music in Uganda. Now, just tell our viewers just briefly what you do and where you're from. I have just mentioned your name. Yeah.
Of course, I'm from Uganda, that is in Africa, the Pearl of Africa. But apparently I am living in the UK under the exceptionally talented migrant visa. So I'm here based on talent. And so I'm still singing, I'm still doing workshops. I'm involved in several projects with learning disability where, you know, I'm helping them access activities like music, drumming, and stuff like that.
Very well. So you are actually actively involved in music.
Yes, I'm very, very active. In fact, tonight I'm going for a gig.
Good. Yeah. Now, you know, many musicians I have come across, they have got different jobs. They do music as a hobby, but you decided to stick with it.
Yes, I do music. You know, I'm very active, but I use my music in different, you know, areas. For example, learning disability or people with challenging behaviors. You can be really surprised how they respond to drumming, how they respond to music. So I am using the music in all different situations, in schools, in communities, in churches, in all places.
Cool. So, Uganda. Yeah.
Back to Kampala.
Yes, back to Kampala.
Yes.
How is what is the situation with Ugandan music today? How would you rate it?
I think there's a lot of hard work as we speak, because a lot of music is being released. A lot of bands are being made up now. If you go in Uganda, the live music scene is very vibrant. It's not those days where you go and you only have a Frigo band to watch. But now you can find Janzi, you find Kwela, you find all these other bands, so many of them. So it means a lot of people are putting in hard work. And even people who use backing tracks or are also working hard. If you go to the radio stations now, if you listen to them, you hear a lot of Ugandan music. But, of course, we all look at the music differently, depending on you know, it's a personal view when it comes to, you know, if music is good or it's not nice or it's good, you know. So depending on my experience, my preferences in music, I will rate some music as not good or as really good, whereas somebody else would say, that's the best music. So but on the whole, I think there's a lot of work going on as far as music is concerned, and a lot of Ugandan music is coming up.
But why are we not seeing lots of Ugandan artists on the international scene?
Well, we are seeing them as we speak right now. We have several of them on tour, even at the Ugandan convention. We have some of them there. But I think lots of them have not ventured into like festivals or audiences outside, you know, Ugandan audience. So somebody will come to London, but still perform for only Ugandans. Mostly, you know.
That's my question.
So, well, I think it all goes back to what the festivals want. Probably it's not what is being presented to them as in terms of Ugandan popular music or the music that is really on the top. It's not what the festival people want. Doesn't mean the music is bad, but that's not what they want. And probably some music, like if you listen to Kwela music, if you listen to jazz music, perfect for festivals. But of course, we know how hard it is for a musician to break through the international scene as a group if you're down in Africa. The booker, the festival organizer, first look at tickets. How many are you? 8, 9, 10, they look at the tickets. Oh my goodness, that's too much. Well, we like the music, but it's a bit too much. But we've seen several Ugandan artists who have made it. Probably some of them have traveled and performed, you know, like alone. I have traveled and I've had the pleasure of playing with different musicians. Sometimes it's easier if it's one person and then you make way for the others. We had Chinobe traveled most of the time he was alone. Then he started traveling with Michael Uma. Then later on he got a band. You know, I think it really goes in steps.
Yeah. So does that mean, okay, what does a Ugandan musician has to do to break into this international scene?
Well, yeah, the biggest challenge that we do have as Ugandan musician, African musician, not only in Uganda, but, you know, most of the other countries is, you know, you're the musician, you are the promoter, you are in charge of almost everything. Yeah, whereas people, there are many opportunities in this area. If all I have to do is to prove that I'm good, I'm playing, say, at the West Green Tavern, somebody will spot me and then do the rest. Yeah, but in Uganda, you have got to write. I've done this before so many times in Uganda, writing all these different festivals. You spend a lot of money sending packs, but you don't get any response. Or what you get is that we are sorry, we can't take you on, you know. So, but what I can say is people just need to keep on doing what they do and probably produce live recordings, because you never know. If somebody really likes you, sometimes they don't mind about the cost. They will come get you wherever you are. So if we do continue to use, instead of just making videos of, you know, when you're singing at the lake, then the next clip you're in the bar, the next one you're in the bedroom, maybe try, if you are at a gig, try to record a live gig. That will give a taste of somebody, irrespective of what sound quality. They will just know this is good festival material, this is worth presenting, and then they will not mind about the cost. They'll come get you.
And how about presentation? Because every time you are seen on your album covers, you still look African woman. You don't deviate from your Africanness.
Well, I think that's a personal choice. Of course, in music, people, you know, make choices. I love Africa. I'm an African. I live in London, but I'm still African. No matter what I do, no matter where I go, I am African. Even if later on I get a British passport, I will always be a Ugandan first. So, and I really treasure my African heritage. I love the fabrics, I love the jewelry, I love the language, I love everything about Africa. And for me, it gives me a chance to present it to the other people, because if I go on and just go on jeans on stage, and what's the difference?
Well, not only jeans, but say for example, if you went on a stage with the blonde hair and you're singing in Uganda.
it would be like, okay. But if I decide to go jeans, then I'm going to find a really nice African fabric to go with the jeans. And somebody go like, wow, okay. So that's contemporary. So I always try to present Africa wherever I can, because I love it. It's what you love that you will show off.
Yeah. So, but then again, of late, it has been that journalists and musicians are at war at each other. What would you do? Say, for example, if somebody criticized you, what would you do?
Of course, I think you're referring to something that happened recently, where we had one of the selling artists, the very hot artist at the moment, fighting a journalist. I would say definitely fighting is not good in any situation. It does not solve anything, whether it's in a family, whether it's in business, or wherever. Fighting is not good. Yeah, but sometimes it's a challenge. You know, some of the journalists will obviously go beyond, you know, they'll scratch where it itches most, or they will really hurt you, or they'll say things that they'll go, I'll say that again, yeah? Okay, so the journalists sometimes will go beyond, overboard. You know, they'll go personal, they'll really, I've just seen a clip right now on YouTube when I was coming here, and a TV journalist was attacking Angela Kalule. Well, I know her since she started singing. And the way she was presenting was really not nice. She was going into her family. And, you know, it's really hard. And given the situation that in Uganda, as an artist, you hold a press conference, everything is in your hand. In your hands, there's nobody who is in charge. Because if it is Celine Dion going for a press conference, she'll choose what she'll answer. The rest will be answered by the PR. But, you know, in Uganda, you do everything. So before you know it, your human side comes out and somebody does say something bad and you kind of box them. But the truth is, bottom line is fighting is not the answer to anything. It's not good, be it in family, be it in business, be it in music, even in church, everywhere.
Yeah, but don't you think that, journalists, I have seen many artists in the West being criticized to death. Prince was criticized, or is criticized, Michael Jackson was, Beyonce, everybody. But don't you think that musicians, they would use their talent, because they've got the perfect weapon, let them fight with their music, prove them wrong.
Of course, you can, but those people can easily handle situations like that because they have people who are paid to handle media for them on their behalf. But if you're a Ugandan artist, you handle the media yourself. You don't have the expertise. You don't know how to react in certain situations. Whereas somebody specially trained for PR will know that this is not the perfect time to come in. They will know the limits. They'll know what to do. So that's where I find it, a bit funny, or a bit hard or challenging.
Yeah, but generally speaking, Ugandan music, is it on the app or is it? Where is it?
Well, that's relative. I'll still say it depends. If you come to the Ugandans, I think it's really on the rise because people are listening more and more to Ugandan music. They don't want to know about most of these English songs or Congolese music as it used to be. So I would say it has really, really gone. Now, if you go to the regions, I've had the pleasure of traveling like with Bayimba at the regional festivals. You don't know how much talent is. People are singing in their local languages. People are singing in Lusoga. People are singing in Runyangoy. People are singing in Acholi. I think music is really on the rise, of course, as far as Uganda is concerned. But probably there are a few things that we might need to work on, depending on what somebody's, target is or where they see themselves going as a musician. Yeah, because of course that you'd see in their product.
Cool. Now let us talk about the new record that you're making.
Yeah, I've got a new album coming up. Been working on it for a long time and it's such a challenge, because I've been previously really actively touring and then recording. So, and then my producer, I'm working with Kaz Kasozi, was also like in and out doing this and that. So it's been a challenge and we have done it over the years, several years now. I don't know where.
Because you actually do it live. The computer is there to record data.
Yes, we do it. You will listen to some of them. We did that. We did live drums. We did everything is really live. And so far, I put out 2 songs. One is called Sim Sim, which I put out, and then another one is Walk the Talk. So I'm working on a new album. Hopefully, it should be out before the end of this year. Yeah.
So why don't you take other route? This is the final question. Many people are just getting into loops, going to the computer, bang bang, and come out with whatever. So why do you stick with live musician and music?
Well, as I said, it depends on where somebody wants to go as a musician. It depends on a lot of your experience. You'll find that people have played in bands before. You've been in, played hotel music in different bands. Chances are very high that you wouldn't want to go computer because you know what it feels, you know how nice it is, you really know the goodness of it. Yeah. So, and I come from such a background of live music, being in different bands, and that's it. And my experience, and of course what you've been listening to, the people that you admire, the people that inspire you, what have they been doing? Chances are high that you follow what they have been doing. I've listened a lot to people like Miriam Makeba, so much. I've listened to, I'll tell you, many musicians, Brenda Fastwell, but they do it live. So how can I go and not do what? I like their music because of the way it sounds, and that's how I want my music to sound, and that's a live recording.
Sarah Ndagire, it is always a pleasure talking to you.
Wow.
So, we are waiting for that new album. I want to hear my man Kaz, how he handles the sound and how he handles the production.
Wow. And by the way, he's got so much regard for you. He says you are really good as far as acoustics is concerned. So if he's got a chance to record and finish, he would gladly hand it over to you to finish with the acoustics.
I am very, very happy. But we have got another engineer who is in States. Vincent
Otieno, yeah.
Yeah. This guy is the guy actually. But Kazi's got a really very good sound.
He's good.
And I don't think Ugandans have understood that sound yet.
Yes, and one thing I found about him is because of his experience, because of his, the way he wants things to happen and the way the Ugandan music scene is, of course, he does not compromise on music. And that's why you not find him working with lots of these musicians, because they want a record in 2 minutes. They want something done. They want a hit. They don't mind whether the music is good. They just want a hit. And that's not Kaz. Kaz wants good music, not hits.
And Sarah Ndagire wants the best.
Good music, definitely.
Been nice talking to you.